Hi everyone. My name is Mina Jonsson. I'm a Korean American woman, shoulder length, dark brown, wearing a blue and white dress. I lead a UX research team at ADP. We serve tens of millions of families globally through our study of a wide range of people at work. We look at how people want to get paid. We look at how managers like us want to support our teams. We look at how practitioners, lots of practitioners, want to excel at their jobs. So let's together take a critical look at the idea of the seat at the table through my own lens as a leader who has journeyed from some very far reaches of electrical engineering, believe it or not, to leadership roles in product management, UX design, and now UX research. But first, I'm going to start by sharing something that energizes me to look at, because I haven't seen her in a few days. Maybe it's a bit on the nose. My daughter revels in soft, cozy, cushiony spaces. So this is one of her many creative creations. This solves for the comfort edge case of sitting in a shopping cart waiting for your parents to buy things that are clearly not toys. We were not purchasing any of those cushions. That was her direction. So here's something of mine, and I hope it's okay at this point to engage you all and understand a bit of where you're coming from. Who here today feels that they have a seat at the proverbial table? Show of hands if you're able. Raise them high, you should be proud. Okay, you can lower them. And whether you raised your hand or not, do you feel it's a good thing to have a seat at the table? And for that, we can do a thumbs up to any range. Thumbs up. Some people may not be sure, and that's okay too. What is the seat, right? That's what the talk should be. So I just wanted to get that from you all before I went on this little path here. I want to share a story, and it's pretty brief. You can ask me lots of questions later during breakouts. I have lots of stories. During the first decade of my career, I assumed that the highest impact decision-making happened within the confines of particular types of meetings. One day, after years of proving what a hard worker I am, I would get a title worthy of a meeting invite, worthy of a seat at the inner table. Not the chairs lining the edges of the room, the inner table. So one day, many years ago, at a previous company, I had proven my work ethic, and I had a title, and as if by magic, a coveted recurring leadership meeting appeared on my calendar. I was stoked. So I got to that meeting early, and I sat at the inner table. I didn't sit at the chairs on the edges of the room as a first-time attendant. I sat right in the middle. And that meeting's content nearly lulled me to sleep. I'm not joking, and it's very obvious when that's happening in my brain, on my face. I couldn't tell you what that meeting did for me week after week, and I couldn't tell you what it did for my team that I was leading at the time. After every meeting occurrence, I felt disappointed, utterly perplexed. Shouldn't I be happy? Shouldn't this be a good thing? So a thought emerged from this and from countless similar experiences that I had and also that my colleagues and peers and people like you at conferences shared with me. Maybe having a title and a tenure at a company or being invited to high-powered rooms have little bearing on my level of influence and the level of involvement that I need to have to support my team and my practice. So if the problem space, and we're talking product development here, if the problem space is that we as leaders aspire to operate from a place where we feel valued and we have a chance to co-create outcomes for our teams with leaders from other disciplines, the solution doesn't necessarily take the form of a chair at a table at a meeting or even a noun. So today, I'm going to say this: there is no seat. What if from this point on, we, UX and Insights leaders, all collectively stop chasing the seat noun thing? Stop chasing a specific meeting or a specific room and go back to the problem space of how we might drive outcomes for our teams. How does that happen? So through my multifaceted career, I found that in order to drive outcomes, some key ingredients are a must. A partnership mindset, proactivity, and leveraging research and design strengths to your leadership role, not to just your research and design work. A career coach once told me that one bad ingredient can spoil the soup. So there are a lot of things you need to check at the door. And it sounds like last year at CoLab, we also had us versus them as a theme, so that's very appropriate. Lots of things to check at the door before you can walk through and start figuring this out. So ingredient number one, partnership mindset. How do you build your partnership IQ? A partnership mindset to me is about making others' outcomes as critical as your own. You're just truly adopting what they need to achieve as well as what you need to achieve. This could be a whole talk on its own, but here's a quick peek into my personal model. Again, having heard lots of anecdotes from other leaders like yourselves, you'd be surprised how often I hear people define partnership or their relationships with their so-called partners as we are responsive to one another. We trust each other to do our jobs, and we share results between us. It sounds nice. It's not enough. Where you want to be operating is over here. We need each other backstage to bring our ideas to the next level. And even better yet, we need each other on stage in high-stakes arenas. These are the signals of a strong partnership. Ingredient number two, proactivity. So share and act upon your thoughts before they stale inside your head. I'm an introvert, I get it. It sits there bouncing around for a while. I had to train myself to share my thoughts with others continuously and thoughtfully. It can't be without the thought. In order to get to a space of sharing, though, that bad ingredient, the fear of failure, that was one of the things we checked at the door. Always follow up on things to ensure that the action item or the thing you want to have happen lands where you think it's going to land. So many times I've asked my team members, what happened to that thing, that brilliant thing that you delivered? Did they do anything about it? I don't remember. I don't know. Follow up. And the last ingredient for this delicious soup. In the future I want to live in, we leaders, all of us, use our strengths as researchers, designers, empathizers to form phenomenal partnerships with cross-disciplinary leaders. We are curious about our partners with the same zeal we feel for our customers. We define problem spaces before jumping to solutions. And most importantly, giving you a lot here, we use our strength of imagining the possibilities. So to recap, don't chase a chair, chase a mindset, and apply your craft. And I hope that amplifies the message from earlier as well. Thank you very much, and hope we can talk soon.